Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to do some tattooing and we're setting the room up properly already with some incense, cleansing the room, cleansing the material, because tattooing is a very spiritual practice. If you didn't know, tattoos were original spiritual markings. In many ancient cultures from Polynesia to Egypt, tattoos weren't for fashion, but for energy, identity, and protection. As you're seeing me here, I'm putting this paper to my leg so that I can figure out what type of design that I want. And here we are doing a jellyfish. And remember that when you're tattooing and you use transfer paper, it's going to go in the opposite direction. So this is what I'm doing next. Just looking at my leg. Make sure you guys are drinking lots of water, eating lots of food. You don't want to pass out during this because it can spike your energy. And also make sure that you have a clean canvas. So make sure to shave any area that you're going to be tattooing. Here is that stencil paper that we're using. It is a carbon paper, and I'm going to put my notebook underneath so I can trace it onto the paper. So that's what you're going to be seeing now. And as I stencil, we're going to talk about that Egyptians and shamans often use tattoos on specific meridian points as well to balance energy flow, essentially early acupuncture with ink, which I think is really, really cool. For many of us that do ink therapy, you kind of understand this. There's something about ink on your body that just brings something together. The pain of tattooing itself can be an alchemical release, transmuting physical discomfort into spiritual power and embodiment. So I love it. Here is the tattoo stencil stuff. It's literally called that, stencil stuff, that I put on and rub it on very, very thin. And here's me putting that stencil on, just kind of going with it, going with the flow. And it did come out a little bit less than I wanted to, so that's okay though. Here is my kit for my tattooing. I have all of my items here. This is my moment of remembering how to use all of these items, trying to figure these things out. This is the motor area, was what I plug everything into. This is the pen part. We also have the pedal here. I set the speed to 7 or 7.5 on average. And here is some green soap, it's good. And Aquaphor is used for everything. So here I'm putting Aquaphor on my leg and also on my tattoo thing. This is where I hold the ink. This is where I get a little nervous when I put it on my leg. And here's are the cups and the ink. Everyone's relationship with the ink is going to be different, so do what feels right to you. I always make sure to have a lot of paper towels around because there's going to be a lot of ink. Here are my needles. And putting that on the pen, getting ready. Look at the buzz, it's exciting. This is me kind of freaking out before I get started. And here we go. The first moment of pain hits. I realize what I'm doing, and it's just go time. You can't think at this point, you just have to go. Just keep going. By the end, there was definitely ink running out of that, but it's okay, I went over it later. And now it is just go time. It is time to get it going. When I first put the soap on, I do get a little bit nervous that it's going to wipe off the stencil, but I'm always surprised by the stencil's strength. But yeah, here's me initially just kind of going through the lines just in case the stencil does go out. I want to make sure that the lines are down first, and then I can go over them again later. I am using a 9-point round liner if anyone is interested in this type of stuff. So it's a little bit thicker, but not super thick. It's a good size. I like it. Here is the first round of putting the soap on and seeing what has happened. Some more fun facts about tattoos is that they were actually some of the first forms of art that we have ever been able to document other than cave paintings, and we have seen tattooing since the beginning of time. So it's a very ancient art form, and it's very, very beautiful. I specifically chose a jellyfish this time around to represent flow, to represent a free fall. Also, jellyfish are kind of like plasmoids. If you've ever heard of a plasmoid, it's basically just a floating around little being that flies around space, and I just love it. There's something about that. But there's just something about free falling, and here we are, finished product, hands are dirty, let's wipe it off one last time, see the results. Look at her, yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lots of ink still coming off. Dun, 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 dun. I'm pretty proud of it, I'm not gonna lie. I think I did a pretty good job. Now there's lots to clean up. And the last thing I do is put a little bit of Sanoderm on it. I only put it on for a couple hours just to kind of keep something protecting the tattoo for a little bit. But I like to have this on because it makes me feel more comfortable with just my daily activity, unless I sweat a lot, and then when I work out I do take it off. But yeah, make sure to clean your tattoos, make sure to put on more Aquaphor if that feels right for you. And here's me trimming off the edges so I don't have excess plastic on my leg. Enjoy the satisfying pull. It feels better in person than it looks on camera. It hasn't fully sunk in yet that I just tattooed myself, but this will kick in a moment. So that's what it's like to do a tattoo here for yourself. Maybe this inspired you to be creative. Maybe this was just something fun to watch, and I hope you enjoyed my jellyfish tattoo. Have a great rest of your day. Mwah.